And that is the real showdown. That is when the real showdown begins.
The real showdown as well is going to be how ONIC PH is going to be playing up against this SUNSPARKS roster, because up until today we still have not seen the presence of Oh My Venus here on the side of ONIC PH.
Yeah, that's that is true. Okay, so I think we're gonna expect that this might be a ban on something like Popol or Kaja. No, or maybe Kufra from ONIC PH. And we're only saying this because we kind of know the teams. That's an Esmeralda, which kind of shows us that this might be a Uranus priority for ONIC. There it is. There's Selena. And will ONIC snatch the Natalia? That's going to be great.
Yeah, it's gonna be too greedy if they allow SUNSPARKS to secure the Natalia as well, and
Yeah.
it's looking like SUNSPARKS will be prioritizing the championship Kufra from Rafflesia here, or Rafflesia did play Atlas a couple of games in the past couple of days, so an Atlas may also be a good pickup. A Kimmy and a Uranus might be a good pick here instead of Jawhead.
Yeah. Jawhead, their usual pick. Definitely for ONIC PH, can also be a flex pick because it can be played as a support for, I think, Venus plays it, but it seems like Jay and Fuzaken will be the combo of the ONIC PH squad. So yeah, it's a flex pick basically. That's why they always prioritize it. I think in the finals of MPL as well, this is a top priority for ONIC PH. Almost always first or second picked, right? So it's definitely a priority. And for SUNSPARKS, they're not letting go. I mean, we were talking about Natalia and Selena, and they will take both of them.
And these two picks are going to be detrimental for ONIC PH because Wise won't be able to freely go for the jungle camps and be able to secure the buffs. And at any given time, there's going to be a Natalia breathing down his neck, and you don't want that to happen to you. If you're a Chemi player, you want to make sure that you're safe at all times. So with that being said, a Hylos might be a good pickup here later on. But the Grok...
Yeah. Fuzaken special.
Yeah.
Or the Kufra. Can always substitute for that. It's also a snatch pick against SUNSPARKS. This is why I like the first pick Selena for SUNSPARKS, because it kind of feels like it's also banned against ONIC PH, knowing that ONIC PH loves this Selena. And they pick it for themselves. But here's the weird thing about this. Will this mean that Selena is going to be played as a core, as Natalia is almost always that utility support? It's weird that we call it like position 4 many times here in the Philippines, just like you would call it from perhaps other games. But it kind of is what it does. It's a support that kind of acts like a core in a way that it has great utility.
Yeah, just the vision game is as important in Mobile Legends as in any other game, and that's what Natalia would be able to go. I mean, Natalia is walking vision, able to go into the back lines and weed out the information that, hey, Wise is here in the purple buff, so why don't we go ahead and try to steal this? Or Wise is here in the orange buff, let's go ahead and steal their purple buff instead.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, they're going to be banning out the Grok and the Uranus respectively for ONIC and SUNSPARKS here, which leaves Rafflesia no choice but to pick up the Atlas. Oh, instead, gonna go for the Lolita for
the Kimmy.
The Kimmy counter, yeah.
That's absolutely good. I'm looking at the closing picks now for ONIC PH. I think Carry is just telegraphed here from SUNSPARKS. It's one of their favorite heroes, one of the best carry players. Honestly, two of the best players. Wow, you are actually correct, Mr. Nomad. They will get back to the Atlas, favoring it in comparison to the Lolita, because the thing that you get from Atlas is that it's generally much stronger. And the only thing that you get from Lolita in this composition is that it counters the Kimmy.
Oh, Luoyi. I'm looking forward to this match. Luoyi is going, if ever they do lock in Luoyi will be able to dive in straight into the backlines here of SUNSPARKS, and that is where carry is relatively unsafe.
Oh man, I can't believe that this. Okay, they weird
my heart.
Man, I was so hyped because I was always hoping to see their hero. I was able to talk to some of the pro players here in the Philippines about the Louis, and they feel that this hero after the release is no longer viable because before, during the advanced server, when Louis was used frequently, because her skills were longer in range. I mean, apart from the ultimate, the first skill, the second skill can reach longer ranges compared to what it now has. So that's probably why pro players who were able to play at the advanced server did not feel that Louis is viable in the meta. But Valier is 100 times much better though, because it answers a lot from the other side. I mean, it is already pressured by the Natalia, surely, and even the Selena. But imagine having that consecration, or what was the ultimate? Was it consecration? The ultimate of Valier against the Atlas, against the Selena potentially, and even the Cho. It's like a free purifier that you can get, and you can disrupt the combo from the Atlas if ever.
If ever, yeah. And with the way that the lineups are looking, I'm actually leaning. I'm actually leaning towards the Sunspark side of things. And immediately a pause will be called. But
yep. What I'm trying to say this is that if they know what they're doing, and which is obviously they know, and they don't make mistakes, they can easily win team fights in the mid game. Because their composition is just way too textbook. Honestly, you have everything that you need in the funnel strategy. You have the funnel receiver. You have solid side laners. And even their team fights are good. You can layer the ultimate, the Kufra with the last insanity, all that jazz. So it's so easy, honestly, for them. So it's going to be up to them, up to how SUNSPARKS will try to fight this. But Fuzak already tags Greed. Greed is away, however.
Yeah, manages to get away, but Iakno is going to be hot on his tracks. Will not check that bush. So no first bloods just yet.
Yeah. So chill. Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to be playing it safe here. Especially with a Selena and Natalia. ONIC PH does not want to overextend at all. And as I say that, Dilar's going to be spotted out. Goes for the Jeet Kundo. He's managed to make it out there relatively in one piece.
Wow, that was amazing positioning from Dilar. Knows where he can tumble away. Iakno wants to go for Greed this time. And that solo top laning support, quote-unquote, Natalia, will be punished by the high and dry Iakno Jawhead.
And another pause is going to be called. We're going to be, of course, the players here and the organizers here would want to have an even environment for everyone. Right. So in order for things to be smooth, everybody has to check their internet connection, and it just doesn't happen in the Philippines as well. All the other teams here in the region are experiencing this as well. And I hope you guys are going to stay for the ride, because we got a lot more action hitting you up here in the MYTEL International Championship.
Yeah, I'm actually going to have to share the stream. This is one thing that I forgot. Because
in the Southeast Asian region.
Yeah.
And there we will not be experiencing any bad games, so to speak. There would be chances that games would be fast, but it's not going to be a fast-paced game that disappoints the viewer.
Yeah. And now we can see a little bit of lead from the side of ONIC PH, but honestly, guys, if you're used to seeing leads, it doesn't matter that much when it comes to ONIC PH versus SUNSPARKS, because one mistake from either team can really turn it around, and we've seen it time and time again. So strap yourselves in and just enjoy the show, as we don't want to really say who is winning or who is not, because in the end, it doesn't matter until that last HP for the base has fallen out.
And SUNSPARKS and ONIC, they've shown time and again that sometimes, even though it looks like it's over, it's really not over. Oh, good way of the dragon there, but Kilowatt here is going to be completely surrounded. Last Insanity
Wow.
Not connect as much. Goes for the flicker, but he gets bursted down. There goes the Fatal Links onto Dilar there. And JP needs to back off. He is soaking a lot of damage here. And the maximum charge. And Jay with the DPS. Gets another one, actually.
Fuzaken, though. Fuzaken is preparing. Nice jump from KLVJ. Gets away from this angry Kufra. And I think that last clash, it was from Dilar, but the stun connects. Wise will fall. KLVJ wants to go for another kill, but he is stopped by Fuzaken. Gets a double still, but trades his life. But I think all things are there. That's already good for SUNSPARKS. Jay able to run away with the Purify.
And it's it's only 3 minutes in the game, and both of these teams want to go at it at each other.
Yeah.
Go for the big team fights.
Big team fights indeed. But in the chaos that happened, there's a lot of lead that the side of ONIC PH were able to build up, and they are now 9.8k. Almost, they're already 10k now. Especially with the Yakno having so much time, so much farm up top. This is the problem when you have like a core Selena. Even when it's a side laning, technically speaking, Selena, but nevertheless, there's gonna be a clash in the middle. Nice Fatal Links in there, but Dilar pops the ultimate nonetheless. Wants to go for a kill as they chase down Rafflesia, and they will get that kill. But top lane, though, it's a kill onto Iakno, who we just said was having a swole time up top.
And this is ONIC PH being back in their form, so to speak, because this is not how we saw them during MPL Season 5. They were controlling the momentum. They were controlling the map. They were living to their monikers as the macro kings of MPL PH, and they're rotating all across the map. And as I say that, an Abyssal Arrow is going to connect onto Iaknu, a deletion onto Iaknu, and that's going to be a couple of seconds of him out of the fight.
Yeah.
And just allows SUNSPARKS to have a bit more advantage here, especially in the top lane.
Yep. Middle, they want to go for Fuzaken, the Kufra, but he will want to fight this. There's the ultimate commitment, but JP is out, although he's going to be in trouble now as Dilar and Wise combines for double trouble. They want to go for Rafflesia for another kill. They trade off Fuzaken for JP, and I think he loves the kill. Lowash though with a 2-man stun, finds the Kimi, and now they want to go for Dilar. Dilar tries to run away and will not be able to do so. When exchange, but I think that will be in favor of SUNSPARKS, especially as they go for Jay.
And that was a bit of a greedy play by Greed, but it is going to be converted into greedy play by Greed. It's going to be converted into a potentially a purple buff, and this mid lane turn is going to go down no matter what's going to happen. So that's a net positive trade there for SUNSPARKS.
Goodness, the team this is an El Clasico, and I'm sure that this is so hyped and it's living up to expectations. So I'm going to go for Yakno. Yakno dodges the Selena arrow, but not the way of the dragon, surely. With all the stunts in the world, it's a very good pickoff in favor of SUNSPARKS.
And we just mentioned that we are expecting ONIC PH to be able to perform in the mid game, but with the way that things are going and that SUNSPARKS is racking up kills, again, I feel like SUNSPARKS is slowly gaining the lead here in the mid lane.
More importantly, they're stopping Wise. Wise had a great start. Acquire 2 deaths, and then that's not the best case for sure. And the fact that you are stopping the Kimi from continuously pushing against your opponents, that's also generally good. I want to go for Fuzaken now. Can they kill him off, Nomad?
I think they will not be able to kill off Fuzaken. Managed to survive there, all thanks to Jay knocking them all back. The ejection was also used in order for them to be safe, and that is all to potentially reset this turtle and go for it for themselves.
Well done. Nice exchange in there. Well, Fuzaken finds the Selena, and this could be a kill unless the flicker was used with a very nice timing and angle coming out of KLVJ, able to dodge a bouncing ball from stopping himself. And we call KLVJ here in the Philippines the king, and it's showing some kingly performance now. 5-1-3 from the Selena.
And this Selena is starting to become a big problem here. And as I say that, Dilar is going to be diving in for the last Insanity. I don't think... Well, it does actually convert into a kill. The fire stakes just enough to take them out. And this mid lane turret is going to go down, and that's going to be a trade on the bottom lane turret by SUNSPARKS. And they will start sieging this up to alleviate some of that map pressure happening, and they will do quick work on this with that turtle buff onto Wise.
And it's a Kimi. The best timing actually for taking that fight. But I would honestly say that was very good timing because they can take the purple buff away. But with that little move from Greed, this might have bought enough time for the rest of the members to actually go. And that might be the case as they want to go for Wise. Nice timing indeed. Coming out from Greed, and now Kluash in trouble, but it's okay.
Oh!
The Kimi was onto 2. Catches them. Valir is going to fall. Actually, that's 3 members that they caught. Yaknu absorbs some shields. Want to go and punish KLVJ, but KLVJ survives with some spell vamp in there. Dilar to finish off some members, but he will be taken down by JP and Greed this time. So overall, I think that this is SUNSPARKS getting the better hand of the deal.
I'm speechless. I never expected that big of a team fight happening 8 minutes into the game, but nonetheless, it did happen. That was a good initiate by Reflecia, catching 4 members on the side of ONIC PH and just completely turned the tables here. And yeah, despite the fact that the gold here is relatively even, having a look at the map, they have advantage in terms of map control. All tier 1 turrets are down. They can freely, SUNSPARKS can freely push in towards the jungle here of ONIC PH, and that would just deny Wise any opportunities for them to farm up.
Well, what I want to say is that little move from Greed, that's so small, but that really was the reason why Wise and the gang fell. Because Greed just delayed the purple buff take coming up from Wise. And Wise was thinking, should I go for this or not? And he chose to go for it. And that's why they were punished. There was enough time for the rest of the members of SUNSPARKS to respawn and for Cho to be in there in the fray. Kiluash also gets a tier 2 push. And we know that Kiluash is one of the best side laners, one of the best Cho players out here in the Philippines. This is showing up today.
And his Choing in this game allows him to get the Blade of Despair and the Endless Battle relatively quick, all things considered, and this would just tear turrets down. And with ONIC almost always rotating as a 4-man unit, and Dilar going to be relegated to the split push role, I don't think they would be able to answer the Cho split pushes.
Yeah, that's right. It's actually showing now with all of the split push that the Cho does, in combination with some little moves from the Natalia. Slowly, they are getting ahead of the economy, and even when it comes to perhaps real estate, we're talking about in the map, or map control, basically speaking.
And they will also catch up this Fuzak, and nice fatal links by Reflecia to not allow him to escape. Right now, it's basically ONIC PH not having any opportunities to get any crowd controls in here to contest this Lord take.
Yeah, not at all. Although Kimi is so strong now, level 15, maxed out in terms of levels. Dilar having to use the ultimate. KLVJ finds a stun on Wise, but the punishment coming out from the ejector of Yaknu. Now Wise is still a hard target, but the ultimate of Alex catches 3. No deaths though, as nobody was there. No damage output, as they might have just secured the Lord because of those deaths. Their overextensions onto Wise. That's okay, because those were just instruments to the better good. The better good was just getting the Lord for SUNSPARKS.
And the Lord is going to be marching on here in the bottom lane. You would think that was a bad play, but a conversion is still a conversion. If you're losing in a team fight, might as well look for an opportunity to get back into the game.
Fuzakin, is that a map hack or not? JP having to run away this time. What? Well, obviously that's not map hack, because Fuzakin might have just spotted him out, tried to take that green. But as a result, again, all smokes and mirrors for SUNSPARKS. They just want to go for objectives at this point.
And ONIC PH is on the back foot here. They cannot secure an objective for themselves because they cannot freely roam around with a Natalia and a Selena just wandering all across the map. And Greed giving up the information to ONIC PH that, to SUNSPARKS, I mean, that, hey, this is where they are. We can play this way. That's the best outcome here for SUNSPARKS, getting that Natalia and Selena.
Yeah. This is like we said, one of the closest matchups that we'll ever have, and it's showing up. Fuzaken actually tanks this initiation. Well, Fatal Links as well, but JP in trouble because of this. And Fuzaken is safe, but in comes KLVJ, lands the stun, but the ejector once again to stop them. They want to be able to take out the JP carry, and in the end they get 3. Top lane though, Kiluash doesn't get the finish. Or will commit to this. He will. But he will pay for his life. Or not. Gets away. Nomad. The last man standing.
Even if he does fall down there, I wouldn't say it's a good trade, but it's a trade nonetheless. That's gonna be super minions pushing up towards the top lane. That won't be an easy lane to defend, but you also have to take into consideration that this is Wise on a Kimmy, and Kimmy would be able to shred down the HPs of the turret. A trade is still a trade, though.
Trade is still a trade, indeed. Wise now. Kiluash is having a little bit of trouble when it comes to like fighting head on, but when it comes to split pushing and just getting the better objectives in that, was also good. I want to also take note of what Iakno has been doing. Always in there for the ejector to remove the Selena factor, as Fuzaken uses the flicker to run away from the rest of SUNSPARKS now.
Man, the win condition here for ONIC PH I'm seeing here is that they don't want to go for team fights at this point. Atlas is such a huge threat in 5v5 team fights that I feel like the only way for them to win this is if they can pick off the Natalia. One opening for Wise to be able to freely fight. And as I say that, Natalia is going to get caught. The ejector onto JP, though, not onto Greed. And there goes the Rage onto the wall, taking down JP. And the backline still, Greed would be able to snipe out the Kimmy. Good positioning by Greed. He's going to pay the price for that, but that's still Kimmy out of the game for now.
Yeah, and even with that's a kill on JP and Greed, the pressure really is against the members of ONIC PH. I'm saying that because of the fact that Wise is dead. And every time that Wise is dead, they cannot take fights because they can only defend turrets at this point. But with a lot of pressure coming out from Kiluash from the side lane pushes, as well as KLVJ, with threats of kills, even after a positive 2-for-1 trade-off, honestly, ONIC PH are the ones who's pressured.
Very pressured. You can see that on their gameplay. They're not rotating like they used to in the early game, and I think that's... Yeah, the pressure is being a huge factor here. If ONIC PH continued with the rotations that we're doing in the early game, where they were applying pressure with Wise, Iakno, and Jay rotating around, I feel like this could have been a different story. But with SUNSPARKS just being able to utilize Greed and KLVJ to their best of their ability, that did not happen at all.
What's now the man of the hour is probably the Lord. Fuzaken almost jumps onto KLVJ. Nice targeting, but the timing wasn't that perfect. But it's okay. It's a kind of a blind jump anyways from Fuzaken. And we know that Fuzaken can play like this. He actually went for tenacity. He doesn't want to go for kills like attack or defend kind of Kufra. You just want to go for the punishment when he tries to go for the aggressive now. Greed is going to be able to run away, but Kiluash is going to be spotted out by Iakno. It's not likely that the Cho can be caught at this moment because it's just Kiluash. And that's just Cho, very slippery hero.
Very slippery, and being the slippery hero that he is, he's just staying at the bottom lane, just making sure that he can keep shoving out the bottom, keep shoving up the lane in their favor.
That's about right.
And I think the shield being picked up by Cho. No immortalities just yet. It's going to be more than enough for him to secure a split bush. But as I say that, JP is going to get caught out. The flicker by Iakno countered immediately by the Fatal Links by Reflecia, but he's still going to fall down as Fuzaken secures the kill with the bouncy ball.
Agreed.
ONIC not being able to convert that into a positive trade. It's a 3-4-2 trade. Fuziken's gonna go down.
Oh no. And that's a triple kill. And now they are near the Lord area. And it's always SUNSPARKS that are getting all of these very valuable, I would say this, kills in such opportune moments like this. Like securing the Lord once again, and now Kiluwash is in front of the base. It's just wonderful to see how many times SUNSPARKS are always able to find a favorable fights in clutch moments in the game.
And the more that SUNSPARKS keeps doing that, the more they're securing the game. I don't want to see a record-breaking match here in terms of length, and I think with the Luminous Lord being secured by SUNSPARKS, it's only going to be a matter of time before they actually secure the game. That's how I'm seeing it right now, at the very least.
Yeah, that's true. And I'm actually gonna be nervous for ONIC PH now because it feels like SUNSPARKS already got in their groove. It's JP maxed out. Reed is also having a great time already because it's 19 minutes in, and naturally any support with 7 kills to his name will get this much farm. And his damage help is already considered as a core.
A core greed, core Natalia, yeah. Especially with the backstab proc on Natalia's passive. As I say that, there goes a Wave the Dragon onto Iakno, and he quickly falls down by the hands of this SUNSPARKS lineup, and they are marching in towards their base.
It's scary with just the Iakno here, 5v4. Damage. Oh, the Fatal Lynx catches 3, and that's going to be massive. But the pushback from Jade is actually well done. He will receive the stun, and if not for that push, that searing torrent from Jade, this would have been definitely over now for ONIC PH. That being said, though, SUNSPARKS still feeling it. Greed on the backlines eliminates Jade. No more pressure, no more potential for a pushback with that kill. And Nomad, it's going to be scary. 2v4, 2v5 even. And it wasn't clearly enough. SUNSPARKS will take the game.
And a game that they secure almost